Today we're going to speak about oneness. Did you see that? I need my glasses. Put on my eyeballs. I need to put on my eyes. Oneness. You see him. You see her. You see their city, their little town, country. You see all the activities, opportunities. Everything is in their power. You see love. You see work. You see help. You see providers. You see a lot of things here that I don't see because everything on here represents a person, place, or thing. Maybe you like to garden. Maybe you like to go out and eat. Or opportunities, businesses, you name it. Oneness. How did they get like this? That's a good question. How did they get to the oneness? Let's see if I can get comfortable here. I need to talk to you to bring you back. Because so many of you guys have sort of like gone astray or got lost in the midst of the turmoil that we're going through in this world. And we have forgotten ourselves, including in our oneness. You see, goodness, whatever you're going through, which I mentioned before and always will, you have to remind yourself who you are. You have to remind yourself that you are as important to this world and in this world as anyone else. A lot of females have this low self-esteem because of a man. Nowadays it's man or woman. But pick your choice. You have low self-esteem. Now, let's go back to when you were born, and you were born by yourself, whether you had twins or not. One of you guys was born at a different time. Whether it's seconds or minutes, you were born at a different time. And as you grew up learning things like everyone else. You learn how to talk, you learn how to walk, you learn how to recognize. You learn that mama will give you or daddy will give you. You learn how to get along with your sisters and brothers, or how to fight with your sisters and brothers. You learn that you need a job, you need some type of income, you need a business to make it in this world, at least to survive. You learn. And you did this all by yourself. No one told you how or when to learn. You did it all by yourself. That's why I give high recommend compliment to street people. Because let me tell you something, street people have the hardest time expressing themselves to normal people, if you want to put it like that. They have seen things we probably would never see. They have been through things we probably couldn't even go through or tarry that long to get through. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody have a position in this world, and so do you. and your place in this world. Some people places are to be nice and kind, and some people places are, I guess, to be an asshole. That's just them, and only God could change them. Some people places are to teach, heal, speak, but all these things are considered gifts. You're teaching, you're healing, and it kind of leads me to back to God, because God is the one that gave us the gifts to do, to produce, to share. And you have a place in this world, whether the world likes it or not, or whether they agree with you or not. It's not about who agree with you. It's about you expressing yourself to someone else, and maybe they might be enlightening. Maybe they might decide to put down the gun. Maybe they might decide that it's funny because they never laughed at anything so hard. A good laugh is good for the soul, you know. Maybe, maybe just one person in this whole world might find you interested, which I doubt it would be more. But if that one person find you interested in listening to you, to what you have to say, you have done a job. You have helped someone help you. Let's talk about the relationships. Let's talk about relationships. When you want to be in a relationship, you think about all the good things you can do, cooking a favorite meal, yeah, making the house look presentable or exciting. You think about going out to dinner and all those little good things that we do. But then after the honeymoon, which we call the honeymoon dating, after all of that is gone, then what? Then it's time to roll up your sleeves and get busy. Because the first step was to get to know one another. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Yeah. Get to know that person. Enough to go, enough to want to take them to the next step. So the next step is, some people say, marriage. When you're about to marry someone, or you want to marry someone, you take in consideration their esteem. Exactly why are they here with me? What is the purpose of them being involved in my life? And what is my purpose? We all know that a relationship isn't. They're having fun out there again. We all know that the relationships that we're in, our relationships, consist of work. Now, I know some relationship is more bitter than sweet. But if you desire to be in the relationship, you're going to be tested. And you're going to have to pass the test in order to gain this person that you want to be with. It could be drug addiction, I mean. It could be alcoholism. It could be sexual. But you got to be careful with that, because there are all kind of disease out there. There's all kind of diseases out there, so you have to be careful. But your oneness isn't something you have to find. It's something that you have to put together. And in order to put it together, you have to know where you are right now in this life. Are you able to help someone? Are you able to tolerate it? Are you able to study to show yourself approval? Are you able to take criticism? And are you able to give criticism? And so on and so forth. Now, it would be easy to get out of a relationship if you wanted to. If you were to say, well, I'm tired of it. It's, whatever you might say, and you're gone. You're out of here. But God always seems to put people with whom he believes. I should say, with whom he know is your soulmate. It's almost like a relationship is it's almost like a coloring book. It all depends on what colors you use. Some use brighter colors to brighten up the relationship. Some use darker colors to, uh, you know, dull kind of relationship. But when you have a relationship, your the most purpose will be oneness. You have to be able to take that which God give you and work with it, polish it up. Maybe you have to tear it down like Jesus did. He said, I tore it down and built back up in 3 days. That's what the Bible says. I don't know if we can tear down something and build it up in 3 days. I mean, it's all about us. And this is why I said that we need to have a relationship, a very, very, very close relationship with the man upstairs. Because the closer you get to him, the more you will be able to do for your relationship. The closer you get to him, the more he will begin to talk to you. And not only him, you will have company, you will have counseling, you will have counselors, you will have friends. And I'm talking about the spiritual realm where they all will come in together because you have opened the door for God to step in and to work with you. He's going to wash everything that is not in you, everything that is not good for you. He's going to purge that. He's going to take it out. And everything that is meant to be in there, he's going to purge it so that you can grow even stronger. So in relationship, you will be purged from your mate because your mate will become rebellious. Your mate might not know that things that you know, and pretty much will feel that they are right. But when it comes to a relationship, it's not right or wrong. It's getting along. Oneness. For better, for worse, for richer, for poor. And God knows some relationship could be the worst. In my eyes. I mean, it might not be. Maybe they might like to get, but when he steps in, everybody else come along. The Holy Ghost begin to talk to you. Push things away that is not for you. Clear out your clutter that has been junked up with lies, deceit, gossip, and all that. Yeah, sometimes it's relatives, but they too got to go if they're not right because it's about oneness. It's about you and your mate. And a lot of us is single because we're listening to what people is saying to us instead of listening to what God is saying to us. We're listening to, if I was you, girl, I would leave my mate. If I was you, girl, I wouldn't do this. If I was you, but guess what? If not involved in this, and neither are you. A woman's position is to pray and watch things come to pass. This is why God said, told Adam, I will make you a helpmeet. You're going to need some help. Especially if the other was fine and drove a Rolls Royce and had a pocket full of money and then some. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a whole lot of different kind of women. But let me tell you about that. Them too shall pass. Mm-hmm. They gonna go. All you have to do is bring in another man and tell him that he got money and he own a home and he got a job or he own a business. Honey, they be done left your man as quick as you could blink your eye, and we're running over there to the man you told him they got the money. No problem. But when you in God and God is in you, you can't help but maintain those things that he gave to you, which is your soulmate, your home, or whatever else you desire from him. As a family, you want to grow in your community. When you grow in your community, what do you see? You see them. Let me say this. I have been in communities where the people that live in the community throw their trash in front of their house. Won't even cut the grass. Won't even bother to water it. If a nail is hanging, excuse me, I got the hiccups. If a nail is hanging out the wall, they're not gonna, especially if they're renting. What? They'll call the landlord. Landlord, there's a nail sticking out the wall, and I'm not gonna pay rent until you fix it. A house divided against itself won't stand. You got your mate, you work with your mate. Because guess what? Your mate is working with you. And some of them not complainers like most of us are. We complain and complain and complain. And some of them don't complain. They go alone. And they see what's going on. And they leave it in the universe's hand. Women are the most naggingest people on the face of the earth. They nag you for every damn thing. Stop nagging your man. Stop nagging your woman. Stop nagging. It is what it is. Start looking at different countries and see how they survive in the world. And I guarantee you be, oh God, I thank you, I promise you I won't even complain anymore. There are people living worse than we are and they in America. There are people, look at Africa. Look at London and other places. But the most beautiful thing out of all the troubles, the turmoil, the storms, out of everything is that when you look up, they're still with their mate. It's nothing like two people in love and there's oneness in their relationship. Two people in love. Stop talking about your man and your woman to people on Facebook, what the hell are they gonna do? They're gonna, let me tell you, gossipers is going to always be in this face of the earth. They're always gonna be here. What do they do when they wake up? They're looking for the phone so they could call you and tell you what happened that night while you was asleep. Or they looking for someone to call them to tell them what happened that night while they were asleep. And it would continue on and on and on. So they're not going anywhere. They're going to be gospels all over this place. But don't feed into it. Stop putting your business out on Facebook and social media. That's a privacy, just like you and God talk. It's a privacy about you and your mate. It's a privacy thing that you cherish. Something that you want to thank God for, that you have someone in your life that you can talk and you can do certain things that you wouldn't do outside a relationship. And you learn how to roll. Learn how to fold. And when things get crazy, learn how to walk away. I'm just saying temporary. I'm not saying leaving. But learn how to walk away. And learn when to fold. Fold them things up. It is so embarrassing and so sickening to see women nowadays that is yappity, yappity, yappity in a man's face. What? And you say that you love God? You say that you love this person? And you in his face? Well, I don't want to. And your your chest be stuck out further than the man. I mean, you be all in his face. Calling him all kind of names. Saying all kind of cruel things to hurt him. And let me tell you, men hurt just like females. It ain't no one is better than the other. They hurt. You say mean things to them, they're going to hurt. They might not boo-hoo right in front of you, but they're hurting. Because of things that you said. And then you wonder why they're cheating on you. With love and kindness, God said, have I drawn thee. And your enemy will use that against you. She'll come with that love and kindness and draw him smack dab in her lap. While you up there, you motherfucker, fuck this, I don't know, you're this and you're that, you little punk ass, that's why the baby ain't your dad, you ain't your child. What? But then when another woman gets your lover, now you're ready to go break his windows out or her window out. You're ready to fight her. You all these things. And you talk about, I love you. Well, frankly, my dear, after all that you have said and done, I don't give a damn. You have a nice life. I'm going to have me one. So, what I'm saying to you is everything on this earth you have to work for. If you want to eat, you got to work. Even if you're on, what they call? Welfare. You got to work for it. Then people give you a stack of paper. You think you're signing up to become the president. You have so much paperwork to fill out. I've seen people with paperwork seem like it's a encyclopedia. You got to tell them everything about you. But guess what? If you were to stay in your relationship as long as he's not, as long as they are not putting their hands on you, you could stay in a relationship. Now, I'm going to tell you me. I don't believe in the cheating thing, especially nowadays, because cheating will definitely causes disease and other things that you do not want. Now you're sitting there, you don't have anyone to talk to. You're watching YouTube channels. You're sitting there eating by yourself. Probably got a dog or cat to keep you company. And sometimes they probably be looking at you like, why don't you have someone in your life? Because you didn't want to be oneness. Because you wanted everybody else to be happy, to see, to make sure that you want everybody else to be happy instead of you being happy. They be with their mate, or two or three or four. They be running around to strip clubs doing all kind of crazy shit. They do the exact thing they tell you not to do. But that's their privacy. Yet you stupid enough to share yours. Me, don't ask me if I'm married or not. If I feel comfortable, I will tell you. Secondly, don't ask me if I have kids. If I feel like I want to tell you I have kids, I will tell you. Don't ask me where I work. If I wanted to tell you where I work, I would tell you. Don't ask me anything about my man, because if I wanted you to know, I would tell you. Gossipers want to know what you do, how many kids you have, where you live, what kind of house you live in, how much it costs to live there every month, what kind of car you drive, um, do you have any kids? Are they all by the same father? Do you go to church? Do you do this? God damn, if I'm on a witness stand or what? I'm being accused and getting ready to go to prison for some night. You know what I'm saying? Just by wanting to love on somebody. When I have a conversation with females, we have a conversation about what we can do as oneness, what we can do to better the community, or to better, if we could put our businesses together. And these are people that I'm talking about, I've been knowing for a long time before I was to even go there with you. Because people would take your shit and run with it. Just like they do your mate. And you're blessed to have a mate. And when you're blessed to have a mate, that mate is going to be there with you, not going to gossip about you, not going to lie about you or on you, not going to do those things that's going to hurt you. Not going to happen. But you will. So look at you now. And then you want to say, there's no good man and there's no good woman out there. It's just that they're in a certain area and they're being protected in that area. You ever heard the passage that says, it's in the Bible, that he put us up under his wing to protect us? So in these days, his people is under his wings. It's like when you find a good person, it's like finding finding a needle in a haystack. Didn't say you couldn't find it, but it's like one. And the Holy Ghost will help you find it. The Holy Ghost will pull them out that haystack and will set him somewhere, or her somewhere where you guys can meet. Even online now, you guys can meet. But do your homework. Know who you are. Do I have hang-ups that I need to get rid of? Because it's going to be unfair for your mate to come in and you got some crazy-ass hang-ups that you're not even sharing with them before you meet them. Before you get a chance to have a relationship with them. Or should I say, establish a relationship with them. You're so caught up with what my mom said and my brother said and my cousin said, and we family, so and they saying this about you. But look at them. They got their man or woman or their body fucking self. Just like you. Because why? You listening to them instead of listening to your heart. Your heart is what pleases God. He listened to your heart. And your heart is what God blesses the most is your heart. He said, I will give you your heart desire with an S on it. Oneness. Stop throwing trash in your neighborhood. Try throwing some paint on it when it looks like it's paintless. No paint on it. You can see the walls of the interior. Stop parking cars on top of the damn grass. He made grass to grow for animals to eat. When they sick, they could go and eat something. They don't have a doctor where they could go and get some damn chemical pills like us. We stupid. Instead of us eating the green herbs, we'll go get some chemical pills from the doctor and think it's all good. But guess what? Later on in life, the truth gonna set you free. Yeah, you're gonna be free, all right. You better try to grab some fresh herbs and start eating that instead of fried food, pork. Look at people that eat pork and look how they look. Look how they think, and check out the kids that they have by eating pork. And their weight is so out of proportion, you don't know the difference between the front and the back. I'm saying this out of love. I'm not saying this out of, hating on people. I'm saying it out of love, but it has gotten out of hand. So far out of hand, I'm surprised that nobody has spoken this on YouTube to you guys. That you need to start focusing on yourself, your life, who you want, and stick with it. Back in the days, let me tell you, when I was a little girl, I remember I ran home one day. I think I was in Houston. And I ran home one day, and I was coming from the candy store. I wasn't supposed to be there. But I was coming from the candy store. My father gave me some money to go run get some candy, and my mom was in the garden, so she wasn't going to see me because she was in the backyard in the garden. And he said, go and get some candy. I got your back. Now I'm running to the store. My little feet couldn't hardly catch up with me because my spirit was gone. I was trying to get me some candy, okay? That green apple candy, ooh, Lord. Help me. Anyway, so I come back. And when I come back, guess what? She was standing there. But when she was standing there, I tried to take things off her mind by saying to her that this person I saw, it's a man that lived in the neighborhood, and he was married. And he'd been married for quite a long time. Back in those days, people stay married a long time, regardless. And he was married. I said, Mommy, I said, I seen Mr. Ed. She said, oh, did you? And I said, yeah. So that was it. She wasn't going to try to figure out where he was at or any, because in those days, gossip was like a acid. They stay away from it. It's like poison. They stay away from it. But she wind up having a conversation with the people in the neighborhood, the women in the neighborhood, and they all gathered together after they gave everybody a bath, and then they took a bath and they put on their little evening outfit, and they're looking good, smelling good, comfortable. They're comfortable. So they come around and sit. We had a porch that had a net around it to keep the mosquitoes from you and stuff. So everybody came and sat on our porch because we had a Victorian home. And everybody came to sit on our porch. And my mom would make big old giant Kool-Aid, for the people. Back in those days, we didn't have that many sodas and stuff like that, juices and stuff like that at the store. So you have to make homemade things. So my mom would make gallons of lemonade. And, of course, my dad loved lemonade, too. And they would sit and talk. And just so happened, I mentioned about Mr. Ed again. Because they was talking about the man in the ditch. And I seen Mr. Ed in the ditch. And I said, I seen Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed was in the ditch. He was drunk, laying in the ditch again. And my mom said, what did you say, girl? I said, I seen Mr. Ed laying in the ditch. But then when they ask you, what did you say? You start thinking, am I saying the right thing? Did I say something wrong? Or can I can I get a lie in there where she won't pick it up that I had said what I really said? Back in those days, they paid attention to what children said. So she said, let me tell you something. Mr. Ed is Mr. Ed, and he gonna always be Mr. It's the woman that lays in the ditch that won't be Mrs. anymore. But a man is always gonna be a man. From a boy to a man. He's a married man. His wife is at home. You leave that where it was and stay out of people's business and don't talk about it no more. And every time you see Mr. Ed, you speak. No matter where he at or what he's doing. If he see you and you see him, hello, Mr. Ed, and keep him moving. Not no more. We don't do that no more. We call them fools, drunks. If girl, what you gonna do with him? He ain't this and he ain't that. He can't even get a job. He just that. Oh, hey, where's my? Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. It's getting. Hey, out. Woo! These spirits. Out. Back to you. Your man is your man. Ain't nobody gonna change him. They'll talk about him and kick him down. And when they put him down, and when they put him down, guess what? When he get down, they kick him down. They kick him to stay down. You need to be like Mr. Ed's wife. You need to still keep your ass at home and wait for the salvation. You need to wait for the victorious. You need to wait, for the victory. You need to wait for your joyful moment when you could shout out your shoes and know that God is God and He's on your side. That's the only way people will be able to recognize God, because you go through something, you won't let it go. Yeah, we rather let it go, be heartbroken, holidays coming, woe is me, and woe is everybody else. And I'm not going here, and I'm not going to the gathering. I'm not going to the Christmas party. I'm not going to Thanksgiving or whatever you celebrate, because woe is me. Then when you get there, everybody that had a whorish husband or a whorish wife, everybody that had problems with their husband or wife is still together. You be like, well, I thought that you, but you was the one that told me to leave. Yeah, you damn fool. I did. But I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to get in my bed by myself at night. I'm not going to wake up in the morning by myself in the morning. And I'm not coming home to an empty house. Oneness. Community services, community work, clean up your neighborhood, clean up your home on the outside, quit letting people park in front of you on top of your grass, quit having cars that's built up with tires off of it, jacked up on one side and hanging on the other side, and the screen doors ripped off, and a piece of sheet over the goddamn windows. Don't have a sheet up there at all. If you got to throw a damn sheet on top of it, now I'm not saying put it there. You to go out and buy a sheet. You could take a sheet and hang it up decent. I had some sheets look like Ray Charles threw it up there, and I love me some Ray Charles. Okay, so I'm not talking about Ray Charles in that manner, but I'm just saying. A blind person could have done better than some of these people, how they do their homes. You can see on the outside what type of people they are before you even go knock on the door. You already know what type of people they are. Your oneness comes from that. I remember I used to live in a neighborhood, and I was a young girl, and I lived in this neighborhood. I was first apartment, and they gave me this apartment, and I was downstairs, and everything was kind of like, well, maybe I could just water the flowers or put some flowers out there. Once I started doing it in front of my yard, everybody else started doing it, and the neighborhood was like blessed. God was pleased that we took care of the little things that He gave us and made it grow into a prosperous type of thing. Next thing you know, we was having neighborhood parties. We was getting together and having social events at one another's homes, parties or card games or just social talk, or women get together and they talk, men get together and bullshit or whatever they did, or women would fix a little food while they watch football games or whatever the case may be. Those were the days. And it still is if you return back to your oneness. And don't let people tell you what to do with your own life. With your own man. They're going to tell you how no good yours is, but they ain't going to tell you how scandalous theirs are. They're not going to tell you. But you think about this tonight. You think about where you're at this point. Love covers a multitude of sins. Oh my goodness, I'm talking a little bit too much. Every time I get up here, I start getting excited and want to talk more, but I just can't. And it just irritates me. It's already 42 minutes. Just that quick. Oneness means being with your mate, working out with your mate, asking God, pray to God, talk to God. Let Him send you the heavenly host. Let the heavenly host work for you. Let them know your name and His name. Let your requests be continually in your mouth, continually talking to God, continually putting it before Him. Let Him know that you're trying to help this soul, because that's what we're all about. One help one, help one. One each help one each, or each one help each one. One help the other. This is what we're supposed to do here on earth, not turn our backs on people. Oneness. You have a job and somebody come in and they need a job, find out through your job if they can work. Oneness. I'm telling you, your job might not pay more, or whatever you're going through might not pay off, but I guarantee you at the end of the tunnel, there's a cashier waiting for you. There's a check waiting for you. There's a trophy waiting for you. There's prosperity waiting for you. There's joy and happiness waiting for you. There's love and contentment waiting for you. There's health waiting for you. There's rewards. There's presents. What do you call it? Shake down, rolling over? Press down, shaking, rolling over with good measure. Good measure don't mean they're measuring. Good measure is like they used to. Grab it by the cup and just throw it on in there. That's good measure. You know how it is when you're trying to get a plate for the food at a restaurant and they going by one little spoon and one little teaspoon of this and one little teaspoon of that, and you hoping that they will accidentally forget that they put a teaspoon and put 2 more teaspoons on that plate. Yeah. Shin. I've already shuffled the cards. I talk about God, but I know God enough to testify about what He done in my life, and that's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to testify to you about what He done in my life. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do each day on YouTube, and one of them is that I want to talk about the supernatural things as far as what God done in my life, and I want to do it more like every Wednesday. But this, I love doing cards. I love doing spiritual things because that I grew up in it, because I was born with it, because I was just able to read, and I didn't even know I was able to read. I was helping people. I didn't even know I was helping. The Spirit tell me to go and do this or go outside. I go outside and there I see somebody that's laying there, can't talk, can't move, but they stabbed to death. through the grace of God and through the Holy Spirit working through me, I was able to help people survive. Can I say it like that? Like that? I was able to help people survive. So I love my cards. I do. I love my cards. I love my Bible. I love God, and I love people, and I love helping people. I love to tell the truth, but I hate when people lies to people. I hate when people try to deceive you. I hate scammers. I hate those that think that they're better than you, than other people. But I feel like this. Everybody's shit stinks. Some don't wipe their ass, and a lot of them sure don't wash their hands. I'm a witness to that. I've seen that. But anyway, back to this. Look at this. I need my glasses. I need my eyes. Look at this. This means that if you already in a relationship and you're good, there's something that you're asking for, it's something that you desire, then it would take, I don't know if it's a business or it's a job. It could be moving out of town. It could be someone wants to be transferred over into your city. Guess what? It's coming to pass. It's a good fortune card. It's actually what it's saying is that it indicates that that if no further operation be called for, good fortune in coming back to old conditions. It's a good fortune. And if some operation be called for, good fortune in the early conducting of them. In other words, if you already have something established, some goodness is getting ready to happen. Your prayers are getting ready to be answered. And if there are some things that you're doing that's in the making in the future, you're on the right path. You're on the right path. You really, like I said, you really don't need cards to be this is what you call the oldest known method of fortune telling in the world. The oldest known method. You see that? The oldest known. You shake it and shake it, and then you come with a stick. Oh my God. You gotta pull a stick. I need to drink some tea on this, then I'm out of here. This is the third time since I've been on YouTube. This is the third time that I have pulled 22. The third time. I don't know why I'm pulling 22, but I'm talking about relationships. I have been talking about relationships. I have been talking about, I did talk about the church and the people in the church. But for some reason, I keep coming back to 22. What 22 means, to keep meaning to you people, I don't know. But here it is. But like I said before, 22 is usually good. It's up to you if you want it good. Remember I said if you want to mate or you don't want your mate, but it's going to take work. It's up to you. Also, a matter of considerable importance soon must be decided by yourself alone. Back to your mate. He might be the no goodest person on earth, or she. But if you love, if you got that heart, if that heart is there, that heart. They say, well, it's no use in loving someone when they don't love you. Yeah, but you can love your doctor and he's giving you chemical pills. You love him because he took away your headache. He cured you from an ingrown toenail, and all of a sudden you're in love with him. That's the way it happens a lot of times with God. He comes in a way that we don't even know to bless us. But he's looking to see what you're going to do with that what you got. Everything ain't smooth sailing on the water. Everything is not smooth sailing on the water. You're going to have your bumps and waves. You're going to have some water overflow on your boat and some tossing and some turning and probably a turn over or whatever they call it. You better know how to swim that bad boy. In your relationship, be a builder. Be content And know that God is going to change things. People, know that He's going to work on your behalf because He put it in your path. Stop being a little chicken and listen to people getting rid of that which belongs to you. A lot of people run around by the cutest shoes and they're walking and their toes become corns or whatever, but they want to walk on the shoes because it's cute. But you don't want to work for your man and your woman. What? This it's crazy. It's just crazy. How you gonna be blessed if you won't help save the rest? You get rid of it after your honeymoon. You get rid of it after your first meal. I can't be bothered with that, honey. Why not? They could be bothered with you because they haven't came out and told you. That don't mean that you're not you. That don't mean that you're flawless. Not at all. I'm gonna close now. I'm gonna say to you that think about what I said. I didn't mean this to be so long, but it's long, and I guess I have to close it because I, you know what I'm saying. Do what I gotta do. Say what I gotta say. Whatever the Spirit give me, whether it makes sense or not to 1,000 people, as long as it makes sense to one person that's sitting up there all by themselves, and the holidays is coming. Pick up that goddamn phone and say, "Hey, let's talk. I need to talk," and invite the person over and have a conversation with, "I love you." Let them know that. Men need to hear women tell them more often than they tell us how much they mean to us, how much we love them, that we understand and listen instead of running your damn mouth. God made man first and then a helper. Remember that. A man is a man. And when you step out of line and try to be a man if you try to be a man and see what happens. Alone. All by yourself. You want to be alone? You be alone. But God said it is not good for a man to be alone. So guess what? He'll move him right along to somebody that's going to take him and mold him and work with him and, you know what I'm saying, clean him up and love on him and understand him and listen to him and all those good things. Shoot marbles with him or whatever. You know how they are. I had to run around and play with some damn frogs and worms just to love on my nephews because I was the only female that they ever had in their life for a very long time. I was the only girl. So a lot of my cousins and stuff and nephews and stuff, a lot of my cousins was male. So I learned from them that, how they feel and things like that. So now, don't forget to like and share and subscribe. I have to read it because I keep forgetting it. Leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts and your concern. All the negativities will be blocked. I'm Countess Maria. Oh, and you can email me at CountessMaria777 at gmail.com. I will leave it in the description box. I'm Countess Maria. Thanks for stopping by. Until the next time, blessing be upon thee and thy seed.